Oh my God, I'm super impressed that you even clicked on this video given the boring nature of the thumbnail. Good job. So today we're going to learn about motivational methods for vegan advocacy from a clinical psychology perspective, which is actually more interesting than it sounds. Look, this guy is called Casey T. Taft. He's a PhD, so he's a professor, and he's talking about motivational methods. So let's look at his stages that he has here. Look at this, okay? I'm filming this, by the way, from my kitchen table, so sorry about the glare or the light because it's like super early in the morning still. It's actually pitch dark out. All right, let's look at stage 1, pre-contemplation. Now this is an example of all the people in the comment section who are just super negative and mean, and they're like, I'm never gonna go vegan and stuff like that. But let's look at this. The individual does not recognize that their behavior needs changing. In the context of animal advocacy, the individual may proudly consume animal products and state that they have no intention of ever changing. Okay, we all know those people. In fact, they're going to comment the same thing in this video here. But isn't it interesting that Dr. Casey Taft calls this the pre-contemplation stage? Because they're still thinking about it. Now, this follows in line with my theory that it takes 100 clicks to become vegan. You got to think about it, takes a while, but you're on your way just by simply watching this video. Even if you're not vegan and you hate my guts right now, you are still on your way to becoming vegan. So let's look at stage 2, contemplation. The person first begins to consider the merits of changing the behavior. They may ask for information about vegan nutrition or recipes, or ask about videos that show the cruelty of the animal agriculture industry. Then we have stage 3, preparation. The individual perceives a need to change and is getting ready to do so. They may indicate that it's time for them to go vegan and that they are ready to take that final step. Stage 4, the individual is actively working on changing the behavior. Here, the individual is in the early stages of their transition to veganism and is changing their routines. Stage 5, maintenance. The behavioral change has been made and the individual is working to prevent relapsing to their old ways. This phase is critical because a relapse is a very real concern. Though the more one resonates with ethical arguments of veganism related to minimizing our harm to animals, the less they are likely to revert to non-veganism. An important aspect of this model is that when a person experiences a relapse, they don't necessarily go back to the pre-contemplation stage of change. After a relapse, one can return to any of the previous stages, and it should be our goal as advocates to get them back to the action and maintenance stages. So that's stage 4 and 5. So if they make a mistake or they end up, eating an egg for whatever reason or whatever, we just have to remind them that, hey, you don't have to go back to stage 1. You can just, you made a mistake, but just get back on the road to being vegan. Just continue. You made a mistake, big deal. No big deal. Keep going. Okay. So this model is very important to helping us think about what an individual, sorry, I'm holding the camera here and trying to stay focused here. Okay. What an individual may need as they transition through the different stages of the change process. So then it goes on to about what the pre-contemplation stage tips are. These are tips for stage 1, you see here. And these are all the different things that people always ask. What about plants? Plants have feelings too. We've been eating animals since the beginning of time. Is it responsible for our brain growth? And it is responsible for our brain growth, and we have developed canines to eat animals. All this different stuff that people say, which is just not of importance. It has been proven by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics that we can be vegan from all stages of development, from the time that we are a newborn, all the way to the time that we are in our 80s and 90s, pregnant mothers, and so on. So anyway, I find this to be a very good book. If you like this kind of video, if you'd like me to keep reading some of this to you because you find it fascinating, let me know. If this is something that doesn't interest you, then maybe ask yourself why it is that you're not interested in psychology. Because psychology is based on science. It's based on facts. And there is a lot, in my view, there's a lot of really interesting stuff in here. And there's examples of what different people say and how you can relate to them, what you can say back. So again, this book is called Motivational Methods for Vegan Advocacy, a Clinical Psychology Perspective, and it's by Casey Taft, who is a PhD. And this is what he looks like, by the way, if you don't know him yet. And I find it's really cool. I'm happy to have these books. Sometimes I like having them in hardcover. And before we leave, of course, a little tour of my table. Just a couple of things. What you can eat today. Peas, potatoes, beans, nuts, blueberries, tofu, flax seeds, dates, kale, rice, spinach, oats, bananas, you name it. You can also try to make some broccoli soup today. Why not? And don't forget to love vegans, because they try so hard to do the right thing. Whatever meal you have, you can veganize it. Don't forget that you can eat chickpeas, not chickens. You can also make a smoothie today. A smoothie. Just look up vegan smoothie recipes. There are so many of them. And you can Google vegan athletes to find out how to be healthy as a vegan. All right, so these are just a few things I wanted to show you today really quickly. Let me spin the camera around, and of course, eat beans, not bacon. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here. If you know of a vegan, hug a vegan today, because they're trying really hard to make the world a better place. They're not here to be a pain in the butt. They really aren't. They just want the animals to stop suffering. So thanks so much for being here. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. Just look below. Do you see a subscribe button? Do you see it? And beside the subscribe button, there is a notification bell. Press that. Subscribe and press the notification bell and help me get the animals out of hell. And coming up on screen are going to be a bunch of other videos. Have a look at them. Be curious. Look around my site. There's videos about all kinds of different things. And if you have a table lying around that's old and beaten up, you can consider painting it. Just prime it like I did with some white paint. And if you make a few mistakes, it doesn't really matter. I've also painted some chairs that I found in the garbage. Here's one that says it's already old, it's already kind of washed off there, animal liberation, and so on. If you want to know more about my table, my chairs, and things like that, you can also let me know in the comments below. And let me know what kind of veggies, fruits, nuts, and seeds that you are eating today. Learn to love vegetables, because they didn't have to die for you. Seriously, it's true. Thanks for being here. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now. Do 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 do.